Yo, you gotta create your own terms and conditions. And you gotta live in accordance with and pursuant to your terms and conditions that you set for yourself. A lot of us are so busy accepting other people's terms and conditions without even reading the contract that we forget to set our own terms, our own conditions. I mean, you are an individual, right? You are unique, right? There's nobody else like you in this world, right? And so that means you're here for an experience of life that's completely different from anybody you've ever met or ever will meet. And so, of course, if that's the case, you can't be out here living according to terms and conditions set by other people. You gotta set your own terms and conditions, and it takes a lot of boldness. It takes a lot of responsibility. You gotta know who you are, fundamentally. And you owe it to yourself to know who you are. I always say that the best way to know who you are is to spend time with yourself. You see, when we accept other people's terms and conditions, we consciously or unconsciously subject ourselves to their agenda, their platform, their jurisdiction. And a lot of times that means having less time for ourselves. And if we have less time for ourselves, to really tune into ourselves, then how can we know ourselves? And if we don't know ourselves, how can we set our own terms and conditions and live by those terms and those conditions? Terms and conditions, jurisdictions, they're everywhere. And so you have to find a way to create your own terms and conditions and live by those terms and those conditions without infringing on other people's terms and conditions. And you have to be bold and proud so that you can respect yourself enough to, keep other people from infringing on your jurisdiction, your terms and conditions. But of course, it's nothing you have to worry about if you don't even have any terms and conditions of your own. Anyway, it's important. Your terms and conditions. And then when others come onto your jurisdiction, if applicable, they are going to have to follow your terms and conditions. And if you are a person of integrity, if you are respectable, if you're sincere, if you're authentic, other people are going to respect you. They're going to respect your jurisdiction. This video is really about worth. You have to know that you're worthy of the life that you desire. And this video is also about originality. You have to allow yourself to be original. It's too much homogenization in our world today. Homogenize means the same. It means like. Just like something or somebody else. Everything is so robotic. Everything is so uniform, generally speaking, in our modern society. Because, there's a lot of reasons for that. But look, you gotta be bold. You gotta be original. You gotta be you. You gotta live on your own terms, on your own conditions, by any means necessary, regardless of who has anything to say about it. Otherwise, what are you doing here? Now, of course, it's fine to accept other people's terms and conditions when it's mutual, when it's mutually beneficial, and when you're conscious of what you're doing so that you can make sure you're not getting yourself into any traps. And this is quite broad, it's general, because there's so many ways in which what I'm saying applies. It applies to apps, websites, but it also applies to every business that you walk into. It applies to every person's home of whom you walk into. It applies with everything having to do with other people. Terms and conditions, they're everywhere. But there's nothing or nobody stopping you from creating your own terms and conditions and living by those terms, living by those conditions, it's going to bring you a tremendous amount of satisfaction, happiness, and joy. It's all windy out here, so I'm concerned. I hope it's not messing up the audio quality, but we'll see. You owe it to yourself to live your life. I always say that. And you're free to set your terms and conditions. By setting your own terms and conditions, you become a great and phenomenal example for other people. See, the issue in the world is that you have very few who are leaders. Very few who are leaders. The majority are followers. And they live according to terms and conditions set by the very small few. These few people dominate not because they are chosen. It's because they choose. And the masses of the people who follow the terms and conditions set and established by this few, they don't choose, not consciously at least. So when you take it upon yourself to set your own terms and conditions, to live on your own terms as a unique expression of yourself, well, you also set that example for your common man and woman, boy and girl, and let them know, oh, I don't have to follow the script, the standard script. I don't have to follow that. I don't have to follow the program. Wait, hold up. I can live. Of course, there are going to be people who hate. That's what they're supposed to do. That's going to be a bunch of people who love. That's what they're supposed to do. Everybody's playing their part. And you got to make sure that you're consciously deciding the part in which you play in this world. Set your own terms and conditions. Find out who and what you are and what you're all about. What are your values? What are your preferences? What do you love to do? What do you love to be around? Who do you love to be around? You know, it's a lifestyle, a way of being, set, created, and established by you for you and for others, because by doing you anyway give other people permission to do them. But of course, you can't be out here assuming that your terms and conditions is, should be imposed upon someone else. No, they have to create their own terms and conditions. That's why I don't subscribe to any isms, any ologies. That's other people's terms and conditions. F all that.
Oh, this ism. This is the best ism for such and such. Well, according to such and such ology.
I don't give a damn. That don't have nothing to do with me. You gotta be bold in this world. Live on your terms, on your conditions, because why not? It makes life so much more interesting for you. Why not? I'm screaming. What am I screaming for? Why not? You know what I'm saying? I'm screaming because that's in my terms and conditions, page 3806, line 74, I scream. Not only do I scream, but I eat ice cream. It's my terms, my conditions. It's my shit. All right. Hey, set your own terms and conditions. It's fun. It's exciting. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your terms. Have faith in your conditions, and don't let other people infringe.
Hi.
Hello there.
I'm so sorry to interrupt your video. We lost a butterfly down here earlier. Could we just check in the rocks?
All right, sure.
I'm so sorry. Bad timing.
A butterfly?
Yes.
Like a real one?
Yes, we let him go earlier this morning, and one of them couldn't fly, and he fell right down here, so we wanted to check before we leave.
Hey, no
I'm
worries.
so sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
We're gonna do our thing and check, and then we'll be on our way.
Perfectly all right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Ava, this is where. You went right.
So y'all collect butterflies?
So we grew them from caterpillars,
Uh-huh.
and we let him free this morning. There was 8, but he couldn't fly.
Oh.
Yeah, Ava, I miss you, baby. What's your video for?
I'm creating a video inspiring people to create their own terms and conditions in life and live by those terms and conditions. It seems like we always accept other people's terms and conditions,
Right.
you know, whether it's on an app or a website, which is cool if
Yeah.
it's mutually beneficial. But a lot of people forget to set their own terms and their own conditions based on their
Very
own,
true.
you know?
He's not right there. No? Okay, let's go. He must have crawled out. We'll be all right. Thank you so much for letting us check.
Ah, you're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Have a good day.
You as well, thank you.
Ava, say thank you. We interrupted. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dang it. Started feeling weird when I met a certain one.
They lost a butterfly. I think you heard. They grow them from caterpillars. They turn into butterflies and then they set them free. That's awesome. See, when you live in accordance, pursuant to your own terms and conditions, you can do that. You can grow caterpillars and have them turn into butterflies, and then you set those butterflies free to live their life and express their originality. Isn't it wonderful? I lost my trains of thought, but I don't know. I find the whole theme of the whole butterfly situation, I find it appropriate because, well, when you do express your own originality, live on in accordance with your terms and conditions, you're free and you're like a butterfly. You know, but a lot of people, they're stuck as caterpillars. They haven't even created a cocoon. Anyway, all right. Well, I've lost my original trains of thought, but I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish in this video. My name is Arya Magi. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.